Welcome to a night of total terror.
In 1968, George Romero brought us Night of the Living Dead. It became the classic horror film of its time.
We must not be lulled by the concept that these are our family members or our friends. They are not. They will not respond to such emotion.
Now, George Romero brings us the most intensely shocking motion picture experience for all time.
It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
When there is no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
First came the night, then came the dawn. Now comes the most eagerly awaited day in horror film history.
Welcome back to Thursday of the Dead, episode 182. My name is Chase. I've mentioned in previous episodes how I would spend my visits with my mom at Tanforan Mall in Burlingame, California. Tanforan was my personal Monroeville mall, in that my mom and I spent many hours walking the mall while I talked with her about zombies. I'd already watched Night of the Living Dead on Creature Features, followed by the original theatrical run of Dawn of the Dead at the Coliseum in San Francisco. I knew and loved zombies at a very early age.
Jace was into his zombies at a very early age, and I was living in San Francisco, and I believe Jace was living in Sacramento. But when he'd come to visit me, we'd go to Tanforan, and unfortunately, there was a zombie movie playing there, and it was usually an Italian chomp movie that I coined about zombies and zombettes. And oh my God, we'd sit in the movie theater, and it was the goriest thing. You'd see these zombies eating up people and tearing them apart, and Jason would just sit there with rapt attention. He loved it. I would sit there with my hands over my eyes because I couldn't take it anymore.
While we walked the mall, I would point out various people that I thought were zombies. Even as a kid, I recognized what George Romero was doing with the zombies in Dawn of the Dead. The slack-jawed shoppers were basically zombies. I've used the same comparison with my own daughters in places like Disneyland, saying things like, "Watch out for that zombie walking towards you." This will be the first of a two-part series focusing on the two movies I dragged my mom to see at Tanforan. This episode starts off with the movie that was released in the U.S. as Night of the Zombies. It's also known overseas as Hell of the Living Dead and Virus. The movie theater at Tanforan used to be on a lower level, which was accessed by an escalator. On that lower level was a snack bar and I think 3 small screens. When we saw Night of the Zombies, there was hardly anyone there in the theater. I picked up right away that it was a Dawn of the Dead ripoff, and I appreciated it. Back then there wasn't any way for me to see Dawn of the Dead again, as it hadn't hit home video yet. At one point, the film broke. My mom and I sat in the theater for a minute until someone announced that the film would be resuming shortly. Of course, my mom was disgusted by the movie and was happy that the film had stopped. I felt the opposite. I wasn't disgusted, I wanted to see more.
One time we were sitting at Tanforan watching an Italian chomp movie, and the film broke, and I said, "Thank you, Lord."
In the years since, I've collected the movie on a variety of formats, and I own a few different movie posters. The lead zombie on the U.S. theatrical poster bears a striking resemblance to the zombie on the poster for Lucio Fulci's Gates of Hell. Chuck Jarman made a mask of that zombie, which I own as well. Thanks for watching, and next week I'll be talking about the second film that I dragged my mom to see at Tanforan, Lucio Fulci's Gates of Hell.